Well, they gather around at 4:30 each day with Travis and Sean. It's the easy way. Just sit back, cause the fun is sublime. Talking about life and all things in time. They mix in stories, a laugh or two. In the northern light, they shine right through. With a laugh and a tale, they set the tone. Stories of love, heartaches unknown. A warm embrace to the airways flown. In this timeless place where good vibes flow.
The following is a Comerford Creative production.
Hey everyone, welcome back to another episode of the 4:30 Dinner Club. This is episode 9, January 28th, 2025. I'm Sean here with my co-host Travis. We're just two mid-Kansas dads talking about life, the things that make us laugh, and everything in between.
We are Americans too.
We are Americans. That is very true. But we're more importantly mid-Kansas.
Yeah. Most importantly.
That's right. So what you got, Travis?
What do I got for what?
I don't know. You're supposed to say something right there, aren't you?
That's right, Sean.
So if everybody ain't got it figured out, we kind of switched up our intro a little bit, and boy, are we fucking nailing it.
That's right, Sean. We've got a packed episode today.
Oh my God! You can turn the heater off. I'm already hot.
I know.
What a disaster! I'll be honest with you. It's been a disaster. It's 7:40, and we actually started at 6 o'clock.
6 o'clock. We could just talk about how this has gone.
Well, pretty good for you.
I gotta watch almost the whole girls' basketball game.
Oh my gosh! I tell you what, we're still living and learning on this dang thing.
And like I told Sean, as much as I wanted to help with this, I mean, how long was I walking around in here before we started? Like,
you mean
2 minutes?
knocking over everything?
Yeah, I knocked over cameras. I got chairs caught into each other. I about tore this whole place down, and we both decided it was best for me just to sit down and look at my phone for a little bit.
It struggles when you're working with. We're working with good equipment. We are. We really are. But the lowest possible powered. I mean, we have a V6 and we really need a V8 for this recording stuff. I mean, we got Ferraris of everything, but it's the base model, and we need the
Giving her all she's got, Captain.
There you go. Absolutely. I mean, Jesus.
But like my son said, his buddies complimented the high quality of the videos.
I mean, it is. Oh boy, I about said something. It is. I don't even know how to say that, so I'm not going to say it.
What? Just do it.
Okay, I'll beep it out. It is what we're working with. Beep, beep. Remember to beep that out.
It's a bad word. Maybe we can.
It is.
Maybe it's.
Because we're all, we're no better than that person. You know what I mean?
I wear it and claim it.
Yeah, we do because we're not. You know what I mean? Does that make sense? What? What are you looking at?
Oh, I think I wear. I think I can claim it. I came from it.
You came from it, but you ain't it no more. Ain't no way.
I wouldn't say I came from. I'm not gonna say that.
I didn't come from it. I came from a very modest family that lived like we came from it, honestly. But
I guess from where I came. Have you ever been to Ingalls, Kansas?
No, I will say from your stories, you came from it a lot more than I did. I will.
I wouldn't say from my family. I'm just saying from the area I grew up in.
Yeah, I would say I have it inside of me. I mean, I'm the guy that wears out of my family. Of course, my older brother is he probably rolls. Shout out Rick. He probably rolls just like I do. I mean, we don't. It's nothing for us to run to Menards with our boots. You know, I'll go to work tomorrow with my boots tucked in my pants. You know, we don't care about stuff like that. We were raised. I don't know. It's just weird. I want to say. I don't know what the word is.
There's a time and a place to worry about appearance, and then there's a time and a place not to. Is that kind of what you're getting at?
Yeah, it is, but I don't know. I'd say that we were raised that way, but we weren't, because when we moved back here after my grandpa passed away and no one else would take over the farm, so we had to. We moved back here, but we went straight into, I think at that time it might have been sharecrop, might have been what they called sharecropping or whatever, you know. So my dad didn't necessarily work on the farm hardcore. He wore a suit every day to work.
Oh, okay.
Still ran the farm, but had a full-time job because he didn't quit his job when he come back to run the farm. So I'm not going to say we were raised to be wearing our boots and our jeans and our boots and this and that, you know. It's not like my dad rolled around like that.
Okay.
He was always dressed nice. You know, he didn't have that type. Does that make sense?
Yeah. Was he the kind that would take his boots into a cobbler and get them all?
100%. So am I.
Oh, you
still
are?
do.
Is there one here in town?
No, I go to Wichita. Red Wing in Wichita.
Mm.
So, like, my favorite pair of Red Wings that I have now, well, I got 2 or 3 pairs. But I've had them sold 2 or 3 different times. I've had them 10 plus years. Oh, probably 20 years, probably. I'm sorry.
There was one in Dodge City, Rusty Nail.
Mel's Tack and Saddle was the one here in Salina. That, as far as I know, that's the only one. There is no more. There, I mean, I don't know. There probably is.
And that guy was old as hell when I was like in junior high, so I don't think there's still. It's still. I don't think Rusty Nail. I didn't know if
That's
that was
actually a good name for a cobbler.
I didn't know if that was his real name or just the name of the.
Oh, I guess it could be his real name, come to think of it. Rusty Nail, that's funny. So anyways, there's a little bit of insight into, I think I was. Are you familiar with Salina? Like the inner homes and stuff like that? Like if I told you about a house on 8th Street, 8th and South that sits on the court. No. Okay. So I won't even go down that road.
I know the roads.
You know the roads, but you don't know anything about them, basically.
Now, if you go to Ingalls, Kansas, I can tell you who built it. There's only like 10 homes in the town.
Who built Ingalls?
Whoa.
I tell you what, you know, Ingalls, Kansas, you gave me, I don't know, what was it, earlier this year or last year? You gave me the old trivia on the county wars.
Yeah, yeah. And then the senator it's named after.
The what?
I think it was John Sewell started started Ingalls, was the guy who founded it. He turned out to be a crook and screwed everybody out of money and then moved back to New York.
I'm cold now.
Yeah, me too. But he named it after a senator he was friends with, and he did something big. I don't know if he had something to do with keeping slavery out of Kansas. He played a big part in that or something.
What was the name of the war, though?
The Gray County War.
Gray County, yeah. So I suggest if any of our... How many followers do we have now? Oh, before we go any further, give us a stat update.
Let's get the stats.
We
out
did
here.
hit a milestone on our first video. I will say, I believe we hit 102. Is that correct?
Yeah. We got an email from YouTube that they're going to be sending us a certificate.
Sweet. Can't wait. Is it gold or silver?
No, it's just a piece of paper. It's just black and white old school printer paper where you have to rip the sign.
That's how good we are.
Yeah. We have 19 subscribers.
So, for our 19 subscribers, go ahead with the rest of the stats.
That's it. I mean, I don't know if you want to say we have 27 views on our last video.
Yeah, what's up with that, people? We need on that. I know we were a little dead. Don't get me wrong. We both know we were a little dead on our last, episode number 8.
Yeah.
But come on. I mean, 20-something, that's a little slower than the previous ones, correct?
Yeah, I think we're sitting over 50 on every other one, possibly.
Yeah, but I mean in the amount of time. I uploaded that thing for Sunday morning, and just why we were right here, our new recording / upload is Monday from now on. We were what were we before?
Recording
Friday?
Monday and uploading Friday.
Yeah, so that only gave me 4 days really with, I do have a full-time job. So that kind of cramped me a little bit, and we talked, and we think Monday to Monday. That gives me the weekend if I need to. And believe it or not, may not have showed last week with our audio problem and this and that, but I'm pretty sure we got it nailed now. This is I'm pretty sure this is going to be the best episode ever.
It should be.
I mean, we're already nailing it right now. But
All we do is give all these people, all 19 people, we give them gold every week.
every week.
And I'm not feeling the love back.
I'm not either. I was disappointed. I looked in there yesterday or the day before because basically I kind of rely on you every week to give us the stat update, But, man, I opened that up, and I was just like, are you freaking kidding me? I mean, people, if you only knew how much
Yeah.
put into this.
Let's not lie here.
Well, no, you bring all the good looks, I guess.
That might be why we only have 19 subscribers.
Oh, boy. So anyhow, come on, help us out, man. Comment, like, and subscribe.
Share it. Share it to everybody you know.
That's right. I mean, come on, share the love. I just don't understand why you wouldn't want to.
Everybody wants to know somebody famous. We could be those people that you know that's famous.
Absolutely.
Because I'm pretty sure we know every single one of our subscribers. We
Correct.
share blood with most of them.
That's exactly right.
I'm going to put money on down that we share blood with all of them. At least in one of us.
I don't know. I don't not know anybody that's not our subscriber.
This is a family thing. Come on.
Yeah, we need to expand a little bit. We're gonna run out of family before.
Oh,
we
no.
know.
Some of my son's buddies subscribe.
Travis, anything under 16 does not count. When I upload the video, it asks me a question. Is this movie made for kids? And if I don't check no, I found this out the first time. For some reason, they do not want you to be, well, I mean, I shouldn't say obviously. And here I just noticed something. So apparently when I set things up this time, I must have turned on the AI tracking. So watch your hands, because every time I move my hands, it's moving the camera. But anyway, so apparently.
I don't know what to do with my hands.
Apparently, now that I shouldn't be listening to it on the recording here, but I guess I do understand why they don't want you making movies for kids. Just now, kind of in my headphones, I understand now. But
as I heard myself talk myself through this.
Oh boy. But anyway, so we've touched a little bit in the past about how I think we both struggle some with the ADHD bug. The real one, not the cool one everybody wants.
Oh yeah, where
For
they only
some
get
reason.
the cool parts of it.
Yeah.
Or they make excuses for stuff.
Correct. So you're probably one of the ones, other than my kids and my wife, that really can notice my hyperfixation. But here lately, I've been keeping it on the down low. My newest one, ChatGPT. Oh my Lord! In fact, so have you done my?
That's right, Sean.
So for those of you that don't know, preparing for this episode, and we finished up. I know most of our 19 subscribers know that we just finished up a 3-part Disney series.
Maybe one part too long.
It might have been. That last one was tough for me, and you know what sucked about it? It was my favorite part.
Oh yeah.
I don't think I felt good, or yeah, I didn't feel good. it was Monday, right? Last Monday. Claudia and I moved Eli down to K-State on Sunday. So shout out to Eli. And as a parent, you're going to find out in a hurry. You can be all badass all you want.
Oh.
It's hard. Gosh, dang it.
I'm already
It's
trying to
hard.
convince him to stay and go to K-Dub.
I tried. But I tell you what, that kid of mine, he's a goofy kid. But out of any of us, he's going to make it. He's just got that charisma about him. He's, poor Malia. Shout out Malia.
Sorry.
She's stuck with my genes. She really is. I mean, she's a spitting image of me, which I obviously, as a dad, love. But and I guess Eli's got Claudia's genes. I mean, she's very outgoing too, but her circumstance, unfortunately, she married me.
I got a wife like that too.
Yeah. So I'm really keeping her grounded. But no, Eli, he's outgoing. He's going into, I know I've told you this before and now I'm rambling about my son, but he's going into, I butchered every time, but I think it's sports sports media, I think is the name of it, but it's something that you never hear. But
we did a whole show on it.
Oh, shit. That's right. Sorry.
Do you even watch the podcast? You're part of the problem too.
I hate to say I am the one who's bringing our stats down because, gosh, I'm all over the place right now because I need to go back to the Chat GBT thing real quick. So I've been really hitting the Chat GBT about ways that we can increase and better our podcast here. And so one of the things was you got to really monitor the tube. You got to look at all the stats. And one of the stats that keep sticking out is
Duration?
Yeah, basically how long people are watching the video, and ours is really low. So obviously they can't stomach the whole episode, which, screw you.
Hopefully,
It's really hard.
Hopefully we came out tonight. I feel like we came out just guns blazing.
Oh, I mean,
hopefully we got them hook, line, and sinker.
We
and they're
are
just like, damn, these guys
tapping
are
them on the
right
forehead right now.
Yeah.
Bam, bam. But so I think it was last week. You and I were talking about it, and we were just like, cannot believe how low that is.
Wasn't it like 5 minutes, or not even 5 minutes?
Oh yeah, it was under 5 minutes. And then all of a sudden, the look on my face just goes blank. I realized every time I watch an episode, it's for like 30 seconds. So if someone actually watches it for the whole hour and I'm only watching it 30 seconds multiple times, it's driving that average down. But honestly, I understand what like movie stars say when they say that they don't watch their own stuff. Because yeah, I am actually.
I'm really starting to see how the other half lives on this one right now, Sean.
I'm actually comparing myself to Leonardo DiCaprio right now. But after sitting here, and we haven't had an episode where we haven't had problems. I think this one may be a winner on camera. But we had an hour and a half problems before.
The first one we just took off though. We didn't really have to do much. Oh yeah, never mind. We sat there for a while.
At the other one? At the office?
The very first one, yeah. But yeah,
we didn't know what the hell we were doing. I mean, watch it.
Obviously.
Do you need to go back and watch it? But anyway, so after sitting here and I told Travis, I said, I love learning because I just learned I'm going to, I wonder if I can actually do this. I'm going to the Trav cam. By the way, this is Wave. This is to the Trav cam right now.
Is it pointing at me?
Yep. So I'm going to take the Trav cam and I'm going to actually... Oh, yeah, I can. I can get my monitor on there. Yep, I still got your hands in there.
Are you following? Or am I doing
No, I'm following you. So as of tonight, let me zoom in on this little burger. Boy, I'm feeling like I'm pretty special right now.
You did just compare. You're like, I know how movie stars feel now.
Well, now I'm a producer. But anyways, so
Got a little Matt Damon going on. Not only do you act, direct, you also produce.
ooh, I feel like we might be. Are we making Goodwill Hunting? Oh boy, it's getting thick in here. But anyway, so if you can see on my monitor here, and sorry, Travis, you're just gonna have to watch this when you see the first episode. But so this is the normal one that I have right here, and that controls our 3 or 4, somewhere's up in 5. Actually, I can tell right over there we're having a problem with camera 1. You know how I can tell?
Because it's blue.
Yeah. So anyways, and actually we took camera 3 down for this one because, again, I say we might be working with Ferrari equipment, but the base model, starting to learn that our CPU usage is just too much. So we actually had to take a camera down, and since we're on with 2, none of us need to look at the back of your fat head anymore. So we took that one out and moved it over here so we have the trap cam. But anyway, so this is the one that this is all I usually have right here. And then over here on my other one, I actually have the recording software going. But now I have this one. This tells me the stats of the actual software itself. And it tells me how many frames that we're dropping per second. And with chat going, I'm trying to tie all this together. So now
Okay.
here it all comes.
Here we go. We got it.
Here we come. So just like tonight, we're having all these problems. So I hit the old chat GPT, and it told me what percentages to look for. So now I have all these. I have this right here. So this is telling me that our OBS Studio software, it's using 67.8% of our total CPU usage. And according to ChatGPT, 65 to 85% is good to go. So we're right in the sweet spot there. And then over here, I've brought in this software where I didn't know I could do it, but apparently I can adjust my fans on my MacBook. So I'm trying to keep it cool. So we're thermal overheating. Thermal overheating.
So I'm going to make a confession here.
Yep.
I'm not-
Did you just completely zoom out, like zone out because of all the crap I was saying?
Yeah, but I picked up on one thing, and I was holding on to it pretty tight.
What's that?
My confession is, I don't know if you know this about me, but I'm not real tech savvy.
Really?
So ChatGPT, you don't have to. You could it'll tell you about anything.
Anything. Let's just say I ended the night last night asking it, are you starting to learn a lot about me? And oh my Lord, did it spit out. I mean, it's scary. It really is. It is actually, it's probably my best friend now. How sad is that? I'm kind of a lone wolf. So ChatGPT is now, I don't know how it's going to actually carry me when I die.
Is it almost like a mentor? Like you can ask it anything you want and it'll just guide you through life?
Anything. It got us going right now.
Yeah.
It literally did. And I learned so much just from this morning. If anybody would like to fund some newer equipment, it's really what ChatGPT told me. But go ahead, back with your...
No, I just didn't know what it was. I thought it was just something that wrote stuff for you.
Oh, shit. You didn't know what ChatGPT...
No, you guys always talk about it, and I have no idea what the hell you're talking about.
Oh, my Lord. I don't think I actually want you to hop on there. You might become a monster. It's crazy.
Which is the amount of more useless knowledge I'd have?
Correct. I mean, we joke about it all the time, but it's for real. If there was a way that you could... if maybe 5% of the useless crap that comes out of your mouth would be beneficial for you at work, you'd be my boss. Not that that's saying a whole lot. I'm not trying to make myself sound.
That backhanded comment just about knocked me out of my chair.
So you did catch up on that. Okay. So anyways, so back to the chat GPT. So I told it all about you and I yesterday. I told it that, our podcast we want to be different because everything you read online, and even it was trying to tell me, we need to find a niche, something that we really know a lot about, which in my case, if I wanted to do a podcast on my own, I would probably want to do it on construction in general, from laboring all the way up to construction management. That's, honestly, it's sad. It's all I really know. I know a lot about a lot of other stuff, fabrication, welding, tech. I know a little bit about everything, but if I want to find the one thing that I'm comfortable and I can talk hours about, that's what it is. But that's not what we want.
Yeah.
We want random stuff. We want exactly what our first monologue said.
That's right, Sean.
We're just two mid-Kansas dads talking about life and the things that make us laugh and everything in between. That nails what we're trying to actually do here.
I don't know if I don't know if you're gonna get the beat button ready, but before we started it, we're just talking shit.
100%.
That's.
If there's, we did 3 episodes that we talked shit, but we tried to get some valuable info out there, I think.
Yeah, we kind of we get. There is a little bit of planning that comes into it. Not some you kind of. There are some episodes we kick it back, and
correct, and this is one of them. We got done with that one, and we go back and forth each episode. Like this one I pick, next one you'll pick, and I just wanted, after that one, I wanted to go back and let's do a recap of life, culture, pop culture, whatever you want to call it, for the last 7 days since we've been tied up with that Disney deal. And so I typed all that into ChatGPT, and its response was basically, "Oh my gosh, Sean, that is a terrific idea. Most people don't want to go down that road. They try to find the one thing, and they sit up there and they act like a robot, like we did for the first 8 episodes."
I wouldn't say 8 episodes,
maybe 7.5. But so, and then I asked it the different types of notes that it wants to give us, and the typical one, it wanted to start off with giving us a script. Well, let's keep it real. You and I are not quick enough to be reading this and acting like we know, like we didn't write it.
Yeah, that's right, Sean.
So, so if anybody wants to know, that's what my notes look like. But so what it told me to do was basically, it suggests that it puts together a outline for me with bullet points that gives me the bullet point, and gosh, that camera just keeps wanting to bullet points, and then a few detailed remarks underneath of it, basically to spark our conversation. That's really all our homework is, in my opinion, is something to keep us going in our conversation, because we have yet to even start.
I know. That's what I was gonna say. We hammered the shit out of the intro.
We're still introing right now.
I think that's where we're at right now.
Yeah. So, anyhow, that gives you a little backstory on what we're trying to do. I know we've said it. We've probably told you that in 3 or 4 different episodes already, but I think that really embodies everything we're trying to do, don't you?
Yeah. We're just bullshitting.
We're just 2 mid-Kansas dads talking about life and things that make us laugh and everything in between.
That's right, Sean. We've got a packed episode today with everything from local highlights to national headlines, entertainment buzz, weather updates, and, of course, some sports talk. So grab your coffee, settle in, and let's get started.
All right. Let's talk about a little national news. I know we did talk about it a little bit last time, and again, we're not going to talk politics. Travis and I had a conversation about this before, and there was some current concerns after just looking at some of my notes that, oh my gosh, we're gonna get drug into some politics. But
We'll need to if we do,
We're
we
gonna shut
decided we
down.
shut it down.
yep, we're just not gonna do it. It makes people nervous. Makes me nervous because the way the world is anymore, if you don't seem to conform into one side or the other, there's just a lot of hate out there right now, and I don't.
We're just trying to bring love and entertainment to the world, and we don't want any part of that.
Wow.
Everybody love everybody.
Yeah, exactly. Anyways, got a new president. Got sworn
did-
in. Yeah, that was
Did
January
we get
20th.
a new one?
Well, I guess we got
We got a refurbished one.
refurbished.
And that's not a shot. I'm just saying, like, he was president and then he wasn't, and now
Yep.
he is again.
Yep. So, I guess the key point of that, what I'm trying to say, I want to get your thoughts on. The actual ceremony itself was held indoors, supposedly because of the weather.
I don't know.
Without getting political,
No, I'm
do you
not.
believe that?
I don't know if I don't know if it was a precaution.
Everybody told me it was because, in fact, several people sent me pictures of his last inauguration, and there was nobody supposedly in the mall.
I thought there was a bunch.
The pictures I saw, whether they were doctored or not, I don't know.
I thought I was watching something from a movie when I was watching that. Just it seemed odd.
Which part? What, this year?
Yeah, the inauguration. That
Why
like
so?
it was just like that. How it was indoors, and it was weird. It was really weird to me. It seemed, I don't know, like Hunger Game-ish. like, like just I don't. I just
Like they're the elite?
that's like yeah. Like I don't. And I don't care. I don't care who it would have been. You could have had anybody in the world there, and I'd have been like, "This is odd. This
Yep.
is weird."
Yep.
Maybe it's because it's not what I'm used to seeing from an inauguration. I mean, I've seen not a whole bunch. I mean, but they're not that. No, it's not that. Oh, you don't get what I'm saying when I say that. Oh.
No, I'm not. I'm not funny like
My,
that. I
one of
guess.
our fellow big time YouTubers, Danny Duncan, does that.
Oh, Danny. Yeah. No idea. So, okay.
What do you think?
Man, I don't know. I tell you, I just didn't put a whole lot into it. Did we need change or do we need change? Absolutely, we do. I just feel like we need to be careful how we do it. I tell you what, if we live in the times right now where you got to be careful what you say to people so you don't hurt their feelings, which we all know I struggle with that on a daily basis. But if we live in that type of world, in my opinion, we need to be cautious. We need to, I'm not saying I disagree with what's going on. I'm not saying I agree with it or disagree with the election. I mean, he won, there's no doubt about it. So I just think I hope we're careful about some things that we do as a country, because there's a lot of other countries watching.
Oh yeah, and like we talked about before we started, like I feel like if whether you like it or not, like the man or not, I still think you need to be rooting for the best. Because, like I said, it affects you.
Correct. If he or that administration, I'm not even. That's the thing, and I've said it all along. I don't. To me, it's measured on the administration. Because if that administration fails, whether it's president, vice president, secretary, I don't give a crap. We all are going to fail.
Mm-hmm.
So, anyways, that may be getting just a little deep there. But so one of his first things he did, he pardoned, 1,500?
It is a big number.
Yeah, I think something like 1,500 people that were arrested for the insurrection on January 6th.
And here, I'm trying not to go anywhere with this.
Well, I'll be quite honest and proud to say I don't care who it is. I don't care if it's Republican. I don't care if it was Harris, Biden, Trump. I don't give a crap. That was wrong. What them people did.
That's where I was gonna go. I agree with that. Like that. Where I kind of lost my train of thought. Is actually what happened right now.
Oh boy, oh boy. I just don't know. If you're an American, I don't know how you could think that was okay to do.
Yeah. But now I thought I had a really good point there, and then I guess my brain just shut off for a second, and
Imagine that.
it went.
All right, let's get out of that pit hole. I feel like we could get drug in pretty quick, but California wildfires, man, over 15,000 people evacuated. It's probably higher now because I did this on Sunday thinking we were going to film on Monday, but man, they're saying over $1 billion already. What do you think of that?
That's
You know, I used to tell Claudia all the time, West Coast, Florida, you know, I just didn't know if I felt sorry for people that kept going through these natural disasters. I'm like, why you still live there? But man, I've kind of
see.
thought
I
differently.
don't know how right this is, but I heard a lot of it comes from the wildfires that happened in California. A result from their ban on logging, because they have so
Overgrowth?
much dead on the ground that they don't pull out. So there's just so much more fuel for the flames to not only ignite but to travel at such a to spread at such a high rate.
Yeah. So it's kind of the same thing with anything in our country. As we can all see, I am for sure a lover of our country, but again, if California doesn't get something figured out, we all fail as a country, right?
Oh yeah.
I mean, I'm not saying, you know, everybody blames Gavin Newsom. Man, he can only do so much, you know. You got a lot of progressive people that live out there and do a lot of things that we don't understand, but we don't live there. So we don't, you know, we don't know, but I hope they learn. This one was bad. I mean, they've had several bad ones in the past. And again, a thing with my ADHD, I think I've showed you at work on the TV. So I get hyper focused on these wildfires. I love, boy, it sounds terrible. I love disasters. I love the response, the tactical part of things, of taking care of it, you know, the base camps, the HQ, the headquarters, field headquarters, and all the coordination. There's a lot of people that don't understand that, but if you do what I've done for so long, you'll really appreciate it. So to watch, I hate watching the news, but man, I really like watching that stuff.
You sparked it.
What?
What came into my head.
Go before you forget it.
Oh, I just on the whole January 6th thing.
Wow, we're going back there.
Yeah, that was. Remember when I was like, "Oh, just left me."
Yeah.
On that whole thing, at first I didn't know what to think about it because you had so many. You don't know who to trust when it comes to the news being reported, and this can go into the. Like,
I don't. Yeah, I still don't think. I mean,
that's why I don't watch it.
Correct. I'm with you, 100%. I mean, I shouldn't say that. I used to watch it all the time, but I'm so sick. This last election and everything, I'm just so sick of the fighting, and you know, just as much, probably more so than anybody, I'm a grumpy. I just, you know, I don't care if people like me. You know, I don't care if people hate me. You know, you want to say something, say it to my face. You know, I'm that type of guy. Always have been. But I'm honest when I say I'm just sick of the fucking divide, the hatred between these parties, and
there's always going to be a divide. But the thinking that people are because somebody's on the other side of the aisle.
Yeah, you're gonna hate
they're
someone.
evil. Yeah, that you hate somebody.
Do people? I don't think people understand the word hate. I really don't. I mean, how can you? It'd be no different than what they do as far as politics, as if I was to hate you for liking KU. I mean, honestly, because their level of hatred on some levels is that dumb.
Yeah, 100%.
And I just, man, I tell you,
I'm not going to watch that movie because they supported.
That's right.
So
I'm not
and so.
going to go to that store.
Yeah.
You know, I mean, come on. You know, you have your integrity. Don't get me wrong. If there's
Now, if somebody was supporting like genocide or something, that's when you know what I mean?
Yeah, and there's, you know, there's without getting too deep, there's a couple of them that, you know, that are right there right now that I won't support of any sort. But it's not. It's
But
affecting.
that's the person, not somebody that
It's correct,
Yeah.
and it's affecting part of my family.
really.
Yeah, I mean, it's just not a good time with what's going on, and it hurts me. It hurts me to see people scared. I mean, you can say what you want. It's just, man, there's a better way of doing it.
And how many times can you say, like, in my opinion, a lot of times when you have people with two different views on how to fix something, when they come together, that's when great things could happen.
Absolutely. My wife and I, we don't necessarily, you know, my wife's Hispanic and damn proud of it, and I'm proud of her whole family and everything, and they've had a journey to get to where they're at right now. And I'm proud of that. And my son joined he's in a fraternity, and he's got to join a couple clubs, and he joined the Hispanic Heritage Club, I think it was. And holy crap, that made me proud.
Yeah.
You know, I hope he's just as proud of his Irish side, which I know he is. So I guess where I'm going, yeah, I mean, it's tough right now. I hate to see what my wife's going through mentally right now. It just, I can't believe it's 2025. But then again, I guess where I'm getting at is we definitely see two different ways of, you know, things like gun control. We all know, well, I guess we all don't know, but I'm for guns, you know. I'm for some sort of immigration reform. We got to do something. As a country, we got to do something. But not necessarily what we're doing. I'm not so sure that's the right way to handle it. But again, it's just my view. And you know, my wife doesn't hate me for the views I have on things, and I don't hate her. We actually come up, you know, the way we've raised kids and this and that. Exactly what you just said. When we come together for a solution on things, great things happen.
Mm-hmm.
Sometimes it's tough to get to that point, but
yeah, there's got to be compromise. There's got to be stuff like that.
Yep.
When you have that, and that's how that happens.
correct.
Here I am getting all philosophical. I don't even know if that's the right word.
I don't know either. I'm not much into wordplay.
I'm kind of a wordsmith.
Are you?
Yeah, I can just make up something.
Oh. I am not the type. Again, I know I'm talking a lot about my wife, but shout out to Claudia. Man, her vocabulary, sometimes I'm just sitting there going, are you saying that to make me feel dumb or what? I'm the simple man.
My wife and my son tries to do it too. They'll use big words, and I always have to tell them, you don't need to use a $5 word to get across the nickel point.
That's how I live my life right there. Yep. So anyways, I guess I saw yesterday that the wildfire apparently looks like it might have been set again by a transformer blowing. They found a video.
Unless you read deep into stuff. about the lasers in space because
Oh,
blue
my
paint doesn't burn.
gosh. I tell ya.
My wife said she got cornered at work about how blue paint doesn't burn, and it's because of the lasers that are starting the fires and stuff like that. That's what I kind of gathered with it. I was like, so are you saying we need to paint the house blue, or?
Yeah,
'Cause
no kidding.
I'll paint that thing. I'll keep it red just to make sure if there is a fire, that thing burns to the
the
ground.
Yeah, you're probably not real happy with your house right now, huh?
Yeah, I told her I was going to light that thing on fire. At least the well. I was going to drop a stick of dynamite in that thing. I was so pissed
Not
off.
so sure how your water well is going to burn, but
I figure out a way.
throw some gas in it first.
No, I'll just blow it up. If she texts me and says, "Hey, we don't have water,"
I guess the episode's over at that point.
yeah,
Lordy. All right. Well, I guess if you want to, there's lots of. We try, as dumb as it. Well, no, it doesn't sound dumb. I'm kind of proud of it. We try to donate every chance we can to like the Red Cross and stuff like that during stuff like this. I feel like we talked about it on the episode, but maybe not. One year, whenever are you hot? Yeah, I'm starting to sweat. The hurricane down in Houston. I can't remember what it was. Hurricane 2016, 17.
would have been 17 or 18.
Anyways, I think it was. It happened earlier in the week. I think it was a Friday, about 4:00. I went and asked Claudia. I said, "Do you mind if I load up my drones? I feel like there's a use for this technology." And it's 2017. Drones were still somewhat kind of unfamiliar with a lot of people. So she said, "Heck yeah!" I mean, she's worried, obviously, especially. Yeah, it was about 7:00 because I left the house, went to Southeast to say goodbye to my kids. They're at a football game, and then I headed to Dallas that night. Stayed with my best friend. Shout out Billy. And then we got up early and headed to Houston. And, man, I tell you what, it was crazy. Long story short, nobody knew anything about drones. They didn't want them around and this and that. And finally, the people that we're working with, in fact, now he's part of the government with this drone stuff. But he got the temporary flight ban dropped and this and that, and Billy and I got hooked up with the National Guard out of New Orleans, and they have never seen a civilian drone, like what we had. So we actually went out, and they got a. I don't know. Have I ever showed you any of that video? I think I have, probably.
Yeah, you had it on that YouTube channel. Your first YouTube channel.
Oh, that's right.
The one where you
What was that channel called?
SLC
Oh, was it?
or something like that.
Yeah, whatever. But so we took our drones, and we went out in front of their little military boat in these flooded areas, and we was able to fly in on porches, and kind of sit as their, I don't know what, commander or whatever. He was stood behind my shoulder, and was able to watch my screen.
Mm-hmm.
And I'd be able to sit there and hover, zoom the camera, this and that. And I'd go over here, then I'd go over there, and we'd make our way down the block. And as I would give them, or as their guy was looking over my shoulder, liked what he saw or whatever, then he would let the boat go ahead. And we did that through a neighborhood. And the stuff that we saw,
Not good.
not good, man. It was, when we got back and we landed and this and that, and we were loading up and heading out, and they're all, nice to meet you, blah, blah, blah. And I walked over and took our SD cards.
Oh, no kidding.
Yeah. They wouldn't let us leave with them. So I guess you kind of put two and two together to figure out what we were seeing. But so, yeah, I don't even know how in the heck did we get to that.
Well, we were talking about
wildfires.
wildfires.
Yeah.
And we went to,
Hurricanes.
yeah.
Whew. All right. So in local news, looks like the Salina City Council updates. They approved plans for a new public park renovation at Indian Rock Park. What do you think of that? $1.2 million.
I didn't hear it was Indian Rock. I heard it was, I heard this on the radio today.
You actually heard this?
Yeah, I heard it on the radio. They're talking about it on Chad and Han in the morning. It's Jerry Ivy.
It makes sense.
They got the splash pad they need to get renovated, and then they're gonna redig the pond. Is what they're
After they filled it in?
Yeah.
This is why local government sometimes makes you want to bang your head on the desk.
That's what they were talking about today, and I was wondering. I was like, so they're doing Indian Rock too, but then you said the $1.2 million, and I'm like, that's exactly what they said this morning.
So obviously we've already found, 2 or 3 things in ChatGPT is not correct.
Yeah.
How it even come up with Indian Rock, I don't know. But all right, moving on. Crime and safety. How about this one? Furco Rental. Looks like they had themselves a trailer burglary.
Oh no, Ronnie.
Yep. Oh, Uncle Ronnie. Got another one down. I mean, if there's anybody in this small city, I guess.
I'd say, in the grand scheme of things, I'd say this is a small town.
So it's a town, it's not a city?
I consider it a town.
Okay. So you think it's a small town? I think it's a big town, a
In the-
small city.
In the grand scheme of things,
What's the scheme of things? What are we comparing?
you're thinking, like, if you look at, compared to,
How
like,
about Ingalls?
this is a goddamn metropolis. No joke. When my sister first moved up here in, like, 1993,
1993.
oh, first of all, the first time we drove up here, I don't think my mom had a frickin' clue where I think we drove around Kansas until we accidentally got close, and then she called my brother-in-law to come find us. But I know for a fact that was a 6-hour drive.
What?
I was like, where in the world?
How can you not find Salina, Kansas? Look. 2 highways, 2 interstates.
Renee Brewer pulled it off to a T.
You're going to have to kick that heater back on.
I know.
Wow, 6-hour drive.
That didn't even get us here.
Oh.
We still had to wait for my brother-in-law to come find us and then take us the rest of the way in. But in my mind, this was a huge, massive town. Like, crazy. Like, I thought Garden City and Dodge City were... I didn't know how towns could get bigger than that.
Then Garden City?
Yeah, buddy. That's all I knew.
Serious?
Was the Golden Triangle, baby. Garden City, Dodge City, and Liberal, man. That was... We lived right in the middle of it.
And this is at 18 years old?
No, I was like... In 1993, I was 8.
Oh.
9.
Oh, when your sister moved here.
Yeah. Like,
Okay,
I was like,
sorry.
man,
I missed all that.
They got an indoor mall. They got...
Compared to what? An outdoor mall?
Yeah, we had like an L-shaped. I guess Dodge City had an indoor mall, but we never really went there. But it was like an L-shaped outdoor, like, giant strip mall in Garden. And when I got older, when you're cool,
But all the merchandise was still inside.
yes, it wasn't like
Covered tents?
we just had a big farmers market every Saturday, and we just
Oh, my God. That's where we're going to get our corn.
no, but yeah, I mean, but now that I feel like I'm not well traveled at all, but I've been to some actual cities.
No, I'm not.
Like,
well traveled at
But
all.
I mean, you compare Salina to Denver, KC, Oklahoma City, like just stuff around here. It's tiny. It's nothing.
Well, yeah.
I'm not going to say it's nothing, but
But
population
it's still the top 3? Yeah, probably top. Dang sure top 5
in Kansas.
of Kansas. Yeah.
You want? Are we gonna do it?
Do it. I mean, we're in the top. I take out a lot of the Kansas City shit. But go ahead. Hit the Google.
All right.
Hit the Google.
I'm gonna take the over on that.
Over by.
I don't even think we're top 10. We'd be top 10.
The hell we're not. Yeah, we are. Okay, I'll take that. So while you're looking that up, just want to let everybody know in the greater metropolitan area, reports of about 12% increase in vehicle thefts during January 2025.
I was close.
What?
This line is number 10.
So I win. But how many of them are Johnson County, Wyandotte, all that? This is the way I see it. Kansas City, Topeka, Wichita.
So you got Wichita, number 1.
Yeah.
Overland Park.
Yep.
Kansas City.
Yep.
Olathe.
See, that's all one. I don't give a crap what you say.
Then you got Top Town. Topeka.
Yep.
For the late
That's what I'm saying. We're number 3.
Lawrence.
We're number
Shawnee.
4. Lawrence?
Yeah. 96,000.
Lawrence is up to 96,000.
Shawnee. Lenexa.
See, all that crap is now.
Manhattan.
Manhattan is not higher than we are.
53,000. We were at 45,000.
We've dropped that low.
I thought we were over 50.
We used to be. When is this? Are you sure about this?
Updated December 17th, 2024.
Through what?
Kansas demographics.
We're at 41,000.
43,000.
Whatever.
45,000. And
Wow.
I mean, Hutch is right behind us.
How much?
39,000.
Okay, so.
And then Garden City and Dodge City, damn, they're really close to each other. 27, they're 14 and 15. 27,514 and then 27,371.
So who grew there? Dodge or Garden? Which one? One of those was always bigger than the other one by quite a ways. Has
I'd
Garden
say
grown?
Garden has
Yeah.
blown up.
I heard. Well, actually, I went to Eli's. Well, you told me actually. What was it? 2 years ago, Eli had a tournament up in Garden, and you were giving me all the lowdown on what to do. And man, I couldn't believe.
They have more shopping and restaurants than we do here in Salina.
So
You also have to remember that Garden City is probably the hub for like all of Western Kansas. Like if you're gonna go do something, you're gonna go shop big time.
yeah,
Like you're going to Garden City. Unless either that or you're going to Wichita or Denver. Unless and some people might go to Amarillo, but that's you're in for a long trek.
Amarillo by morning.
Up from San Antonio.
That's all I know. So, as weird as it is, through our Western Kansas journey 2 years ago with Eli's Western Kansas swing of his tournaments, I tell you what, I love Dodge City.
Oh fuck.
Isn't that weird?
Garden City. I've always thought Garden City was so cool when I was growing up. The way the houses are built, and I hate Dodge City.
But you know what it is about Dodge City? The cowboy part. Our hotel was just on the other side of the railroad tracks from, what's it called? Dodge.
Blue Hill?
Yeah.
Okay.
I loved that area. And I had the best fucking steak that I've had at a restaurant.
Cowboy
there.
Capital?
Is that? Yeah,
Yeah.
that is what it was.
I've never eaten there.
It's
It was new after I left.
Excellent place to eat.
If I'm eating in Dodge City, I'm eating El Charo, baby. Enchilada delight.
Jeez. Lordy. All right. I think we'll probably skip over the road closures and construction updates. I had that highlighted, but
I will say this: that right there on Crawford, right where they have the water line dug up,
the same one they dig every damn
That's what I was
year?
gonna say. It just keeps moving a little bit closer to the railroad tracks.
I don't even get that. I mean, I've been in construction my whole life, and I don't get that.
And that night, my brother was going off about it. I was like, yeah, I mean, I'm going to tell you right now that traffic control is not right. Just go crash into that thing.
Absolutely. 100%. So apparently there's going to be a couple new business opportunities in Salina. A specialty coffee shop called Broom and Bloom for downtown.
Oh, so they're getting another coffee shop.
Yeah, downtown. Tell you what. Oh, yeah. So downtown reminds me of something. Here we go. Another coffee shop downtown. Downtown remind me of the bookstore downtown. Have you been to the new bookstore owned by Guy Walker?
Uh-uh.
I think his name's Guy. Pretty sure it's Guy.
The dentist?
No,
That's Guy Gross.
yeah. Man, this place they took and renovated. Obviously, one of the old buildings down there. Beautiful. Awesome bookstore. So, anyways, full circle. This may be embarrassing for most, but it's not for me. I finished my first full 280-page book last Friday in my adult life.
Are you saying your adult life or your entire life?
I might have read 5 my whole life, but my adult life for sure.
Well, I'm not much worse because...
You're not much worse? You're not much
much better. Yeah. Until I got on the railroad, I don't even know if I read a full book.
So, and I don't know, maybe it's because I'm getting older and I've identified. Again, we talked a couple episodes about identifying the issue that we live with, right? I was thinking about it one night. With me, anyways, my vivid imagination is unbelievable. I can close my eyes right now, and it don't matter where it's at. I can be somewhere else, just like that. My mind will take me to places. It's unbelievable. So I sat there. Why can't I read a book then? Why can't I take the characters as they describe them and see them? Because that's one of the things I told you with my job. I think is why I'm successful is I can go out on a job, look at a set of plans, and I swear I don't know how to explain it, but I can see it done. Just standing out there, I can just. So, and I think that all kind of relates to what I'm dealing with. But I can have the worst day in the world and go lay in bed. I have like 2 or 3 different dreams that I can force myself to have.
You can force yourself to have dreams?
If I wanted to, I could go to bed tonight and I could dream about our farm and how I think everybody probably has this dream if they have any property in the family or whatever, but about how I want to build like a compound there. I don't know. Kind
Really
of crazy. Yeah.
See, like oh, sorry, I'm not. Am I?
No, go ahead.
My brother's the same way as I am, and you, I guess. But he read a lot of books, and his thing was that's how it slowed it down from his mind from wandering and anxiety. He was so focused on that, his brain was, he was using his imagination to create in his head what he was reading. It just stopped everything else.
Yep. So Claudia and I was at Target 2 Fridays ago, and she's a bookworm. She loves to read. I always kind of made fun of her. But we were walking through the book section. I saw this book. I was like, oh, that kind of looks good. I mean, what's the books called when they're not real? Non-fiction or fiction? They're fiction. Yeah.
Yeah, fiction.
So obviously it was a fiction book called Never Lie. And man, I thought, I'm going to give it a try. I'm going to try to live within the words, basically, put my mind. And it did not take me 30 pages. And I was seeing the people, like I associated the way the girl was explained to someone in my life that I knew that kind of resembled that, and same with the guy. and then the house where they live. I can still right now. I'm looking at you, but I'm seeing the house that's in this movie. The leather couches. I mean, so why at 53 years old I was able to just now figure out how to harness this. What I used to think God-forsaken. I just hated how I'm all over the place. But what you said, the way David explained slowing things down, it's exactly. I mean, it was like smoking a bowl, man. I mean, you talk about putting me in a zone.
You got that dopamine going on.
Oh my God, I can't wait. It's killed me not to hyper focus and rush out and get another book. So I chat GPT'd top 10 similar books, not necessarily by that person or by that author, but similar. So I ordered one off Amazon, and I think it'll be here in like 10 days. I just can't wait. But I'm also scared.
That you might not like it.
Yeah. And then it's going to ruin the experience for me again.
The first book I read when I was on the railroad, because we couldn't have our phones out or all this stuff, and still you couldn't have, you weren't supposed to be reading. Like when the train was stopped.
Did I just hear something go?
Beckett's battery life is at 10% on Life 360.
Wow. So it's obviously the cord on your mic, by the way. So now I know.
Yeah. But
Which sucks
for
that's
stuff
a
to do
brand
when
new
we were
expensive cord.
when we were stuck in the sidings when I was on the train, I got a book, and I was like, well, I'll give. Jurassic Park was always one of my favorite movies growing up, so I got the book. And I was always one of those guys that when people are like, oh, the book's so much better, I'm like, yeah, whatever, go fly a kite, because I mean the movie has a freaking T-Rex that you see and all that stuff.
Yeah.
And I can sit here and tell you, for a fact, after reading that book, that movie sucks, because that book was so. All the good parts from all the other Jurassic Parks, all the major good parts, come from that book. They have just taken them and put them into other movies.
Yeah.
Like I loved even when they were sitting there talking about. There was a whole chapter just talking about the DNA and how they spliced it to complete it. They went really in depth, and I'm going to tell you the truth. I probably didn't understand any of it, partially because it was probably 98% bullshit. But I read that whole thing. I used to be when I tried to read a book and a chapter got boring, I'd just skip over that chapter, just go on to the next thing. But I mean,
so you've done that?
Yeah.
No, I haven't. But then it was on my goddamn mind. So that night I started to, and I had to stop. I just put the book down because I didn't want to go back to that.
You didn't want to ruin it?
No, and that's usually why I didn't read.
You found your dopamine release, and you found your happy place.
I think so. I hope so. Honestly.
And you could also say the same thing for like when you get, like right now, I never watched 1883.
Yeah.
And I'm in that right now. And like, I can't wait to go home and lay in bed and we'll start watching 1883.
Yeah, absolutely. Gosh dang, that's a good note.
Yeah. And I've had that with other shows that I've watched where I'm just like, oh, but then here's the same thing that you're worried about.
Just to let you know, I really hope that this recording comes out because I never did check. You know what I mean?
Oh, if you know, you know.
Well, no, yeah, no. I'm saying if we get to the end and I go to edit this thing and it's okay. But yeah, go ahead. Sorry.
But once I got to the end, I was like, oh, I'm going to rewatch it again. No interest. Hated it. Didn't want to watch it again.
Really?
Yep.
So I've here, yeah. So now that I find myself to be a scholar and read a book,
not to brag or anything.
Not to brag.
Wow.
Or anything, but
I've read a book.
Yeah. Thinking about going to college. So I kind of want to try to read the Harry Potter books. Is that going to ruin? Because, I take a chance. If I fail in these books, I might hate the movie. As
Honestly,
far as
I think if you get into the books, you might hate the movies.
It's so ominous, though. Freaking books. The books I have are like, I'm assuming they're all that big?
We have... My kids actually have different ones than what my wife has, like all the original. She's got first prints.
Serious?
Yeah. She was the lady. She was one of the people that was sitting outside the store at midnight when the book was released.
Do you think she'll let you give you one and let me read it?
I'll give you one of my kids it's like a picture book, and it's the same writing and everything, but it has pictures to go with it.
Really?
Yeah.
It's a first edition?
They're not first.
I
They're
mean, I am a scholar.
Would you like a first edition J.K. Rowling?
I think so.
Actually, I don't think the first one she has is because the first runs were the Philosopher's Stone, not the Sorcerer's Stone.
Huh. Here, just a second. No. God dang it.
But honestly, like my wife and my brother are like, they, especially the last 3 movies, they can't stand them because how much better the books were than the movies.
Oh.
Yeah, they said the movies,
Interesting.
they cut stuff out and they add stuff for no reason, like major stuff. There's main characters that aren't in the movies.
So I thought you were going to go down the road and this is how, I'm going to even say this. I'm probably going to catch a lot of flack from our subscribers. But I love Harry Potter. I love it to death, right?
Yeah.
So I really struggled to like the last 3 movies. But you know why?
'Cause it's dark. It's not.
They got old.
Oh, they got older.
I really struggled from, I think, maybe even episode 5. They came back from 4 to 5, they came back and they're grown adults.
Yeah.
I'm like, oh. I mean, granted, I still watched them, but it just wasn't the same.
See, I liked it better as they got, because as they got older, it got darker.
Yeah, but come on, Harry Potter.
Did you ever notice the beginning of that, the Warner Brothers sign? I actually have a picture of it. When it starts, the beginning, it slowly starts to get darker around it every time it comes on, every episode, and it starts to deteriorate more as the movies get darker in tone.
I got the Trav cam on so you can show the camera when you find it. No, I did not know that.
Give me a second. I know that's how it progresses.
Hold that up. Oh, yeah, no, let me zoom in.
My arm's getting tired, Sean.
Hit the screen again. I'll be dang.
So yeah, it just continually gets darker, and then it starts to deteriorate, and like just as the themes get darker through each movie.
How did you know that?
I think it pointed it out on a meme that I saw.
Oh, really?
Yeah, I never noticed it. Like I said, until we came back from Universal our first trip. Once again, we're circling back. I watched the first one when it came out when I was in high school, and then I was like, this is stupid.
Really?
And then I went to Universal, and everybody else was excited about everything there, and I didn't know what anything was. So I felt left out, and I wanted to know what everything was and why it was so cool.
Huh.
What are we doing?
Wow. That almost does a 360. Sorry. Wow, I don't know where I just went. All right, so yeah, we went back to Harry Potter there for a second.
It always goes back to Harry Potter.
Correct.
Where are we at?
So we're on page 3. Just finished the the downtown coffee shop.
Yeah, where are we going with that?
Yeah. We're
So
done.
you found a new bookstore and you're reading.
Yep, I am. I'm a scholar.
You're not a coffee guy, are you?
No. Nope. I can't drink anything hot for some reason.
Well, they have cold stuff.
Doesn't matter. If it ain't Coke Zero, then...
You need to try a frozen chai.
All right, so I do have a new section of our format, and it is called Da 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 da. Trivia? Trivia corner. All right, Travis. Let's test your trivia knowledge. Did you know that Salina, Kansas was once the final stop for the Chisholm Trail? It played a crucial role in cattle drives back in the late 1800s.
I had no idea. But that makes sense given its central location.
Oh, boy. This gets cheesier and cheesier. All right. Here's another fun one for you. Kansas has the world's largest ball of twine ever been. Have you ever been to Cocker City to see it? Boy, I flubbed that one all up.
Not yet, Sean, but it's on my bucket list.
Which is an actual lie because you told me.
I've been there.
Yeah.
Yeah. We stopped in there when we were working in Beloit at the International Airport of Beloit.
Yeah, so I didn't realize, but apparently I only have 2 trivia tidbits for you. So next time I'll make a little more. But, well, listeners, if you've got quirky Kansas trivia to share, let us know. And do you know how to do that, Travis? Do you know how our subscribers would let us know?
You just have to click that comment section of on the YouTube channel.
And while you're there, you might as well.
Subscribe and like
There you go.
and watch every frickin' week.
Every week through the
Send
whole.
us money.
Yes, through the we need a lot. Watch the whole dang thing. You know what? I tell you what, people. If you got to hit play and just let it run and not watch it, I'm all right with that. You know, we need to get that duration up. All right, so I don't know why I did this, and I have a little note there. Why did you not talk about a high school that we went to or have anything to do with your kids? But I have a lot of information on the whole. So there is a little backstory. The Salina Invitational basketball tournament was last weekend, and it used to be. It actually was a big thing for me because we Southeast when I was in school participated in that tournament.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
It was kind of a way to finally get a shot at the big schools, or what?
Yeah, kind of. I mean, not so sure. You know, honestly, Abilene, they were always known to kick ass in that tournament. I don't know why. Abilene's just good.
The boys are still good.
Or they are?
The girls, I think they actually broke, I think, a 3-year losing streak, 2-year losing streak.
Oh, wow.
Not too long ago. That was a big deal. They almost broke it against Southeast Saline second game of the season.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
But anyway, so, yeah, when I guess I went to town and got a whole bunch of stuff there and read all the schools and was like, apparently Southeast doesn't participate in that tournament anymore.
See, and this is, they go to the Sterling tournament, which also used to be a major tournament where they'd have a bunch of ranked teams. Like Hugoton comes up. Well, do you know where Hugoton is?
It's not in the top 10, so of Kansas, so.
Dead in the frickin' corner of Southwest Kansas. Like,
Oh.
you could probably spread your arms and touch Oklahoma and Colorado.
Oh, no kidding.
Yeah.
That's kind of cool.
Now, here's another thing that's odd. Well, not odd, but different from where I come from. We have a mid-season tournament, but we don't have invitationals. We have league tournaments.
No.
So your league gets together and has a tournament.
Really?
And then the only thing that's big down there is, like, I'd say what your SIT used to be.
Mm-hmm.
Dodge City hosts the Tournament of Champions. And in the past, they would take all the state champions from the
You got 10 minutes.
from the previous year,
Yep.
and then they'd have a tournament.
Oh, really?
And then whoever won that was the Tournament of Champions.
Tournament of Champions.
And one of the biggest trophies in my high school's, the one that they held of highest regard from 1985, was when Ingalls placed second. And they beat a bunch of Wichita teams. I think they ended up losing to Wichita Heights or North or something in the championship as a 1A school.
Oh.
Yeah, they hold that in high regard. I knocked something over and I don't know what it went.
Of course you did. Freaking Tommy boy. All right. So moving off SIT.
They don't even have it at the the Buy Center anymore.
Is that why all the buses were at Kansas Westland?
Mm-hmm.
Oh, okay. I did not know that. So that even takes even further away from the old nostalgia. So looks like K-State men's are still struggling, and the women's are just tearing it up. I think
Are they top 10?
might be number 2.
Number 2.
I know they're top 10, but for some reason I was thinking they're number 2. I want you to check the facts. But while you're checking that, what in the world is going on with your Jayhawks?
What do you mean? Just that they completely imploded in the last 17 seconds against Houston and then just decided not to play in overtime? What are you talking about?
I've never seen anything like that.
I'm not joking. I quit watching. I was like, they're up by 6 with like, seriously, what, 17 seconds left?
Yeah.
I was like, it's over. And I started just playing on my phone. And I looked up and I was like, what the hell is going on? They're still playing. They're in overtime? So I had to rewind it. And I'm like, what the hell is going on? And that kid that did that inbounce, tried to get it to Hunter Dickinson, he shut off his Instagram.
Really?
I guess he's getting some major hate from the KU faithful.
Wow. Well, I mean, obviously I didn't watch it, but so I saw something come across my phone screen, and it was, one of the little ticker things, and it said Houston completes the 4-point play, or basically they scored
6.
Yeah. Or maybe that's what it was. 6 points. So I'm like trying to figure out what in the world does 6 points play? Well, obviously it was a few possessions. But
11th. K-State's 11th.
Oh, they must have had a loss.
They're 19-2.
Well, they were undefeated when I know they're in the top 10, I think. At least my son told me, so maybe we were thinking they were. But
yeah. KU fell apart in legendary fashion on that one.
So
at home, too.
I would say out of what we're trying to do, as far as bring the country together, quit this divide, I think you should set an example. And from here on out, throughout the rest of the season, I think you should pour some extra effort into backing the Cat women. It's the only thing going on for the state right now. What do you think of that?
No, honestly, I don't have a problem with it.
Why don't you go ahead and throw that on real quick?
I got a problem with it.
I'll put it on the old Trav cam here.
Here you go.
This is more for Travis's family right here. Give that back. God damn it. Let me tell you, I cannot believe that looked like a little peanut on your head. It's too big for me.
What size is that? Like 7 1/4?
Well, it doesn't say, but I know it's too big, and I wear a 7 1/4. So, there you go, 7 and. Oh no, it's smaller. 7 1/8. Wonder why this doesn't fit then.
Try her on.
I know it doesn't. Oh, it does.
It fits.
It fits. I wonder what the hell. Oh, I know what I'm wearing tomorrow. All right. Feel extra special. All right. Last 5 minutes. So I feel pretty good, honestly. I keep telling you that I want to cut it back to, I think it needs to be an hour and 15 minutes.
Yeah.
Man, we were struggling to get her shut down at 1:30. An hour, 30 minutes.
Uh-huh. Where are we at right now?
1:25. And I think we're kind of getting good. Of course, I did tell ChatGPT to make an hour and 30 minute.
Well, our 45-minute intro, kind of.
Well, but I didn't go over probably half of this stuff.
Yeah.
So, yeah, I'm feeling pretty gosh dang sexy right now. All right. Shout out to Sean. Wonder if any host has ever shouted out to themselves, but I just did. All right. God dang AFC championships. I don't even know. I don't even know what to say.
Did we ever think?
Anything else? Yeah, I did, honestly. I thought to myself, there is no way, even if the NFL's rigged, whatever. You hear people say that shit all the time, but there's no way. No one can do a three-peat. It's just impossible. You know, just like we had a foot of snow and they said we're going to get 4 to 6 inches the next day, or I think it was 2 or 3 days later, you know, you're always like, it's never going to happen. I mean, I've lived life long enough to know that it's just not going to happen. I just knew the Chiefs weren't going to win. Just freaking knew it. I feel for Josh
And I'll be
Allen.
damned.
I feel for. Are you a Chiefs fan? I mean, gosh, I can't handle it.
I enjoy watching the games with my brother, and I cheer. I at one time, I'm gonna go out there. I'll admit this. I bet you did not know this about me. I was a diehard Broncos fan,
Yeah, I did know.
and
You
I
told me that.
just started. My brother would always come over and we'd watch the Chiefs, and then I kind of watched. It just kind of got to the point where I just started rooting. I just started watching the Chiefs with my brother. That's just what it was. And I don't own any Chiefs merch. I don't fly the flag, and I don't go crazy and cheer. But I do enjoy watching it.
Interesting. So, anyways, we have an Eagles Chiefs again. What's the rumors that I hear? We got 2 minutes. What's the rumors I hear that Jason Kelsey's coming out of retirement to play? That's not true.
There's
is it?
no way they can't do that.
Supposedly, the rumor is he went and got activated like a month ago, just in case their center went down. That's not true, is it?
I don't think so.
Yeah. Because I saw him. He was out drinking in the parking lot. So-
I think he's. I don't think he's.
I agree.
He's not in game form, and then the opposite of that is he's probably not big enough.
I agree. He is. I mean, he's still huge, but I think he's small compared to what normally he is. All right. So that's basically our episode. I hope you guys. I think we nailed it. I really do.
I had fun.
I think we might have a flow down, some good notes, and I think it probably helps me sharing the notes.
Yeah.
In the past, I always printed them out for myself and just kind of sat over there blind, waiting for me to.
Where are we going right now?
So yeah, I think we made progress. I think, knock on wood, I got 30 seconds. I think we made it through without any technical difficulties, and I'm going to try to start doing this on every episode. So I sat and tried to come up with something for a closing. And since we started the episode the way we did, I thought that I would end an episode with a few words here. So bear with me because I am going to read it.
You need to go get a soapbox to stand on this one.
No, but I hope I don't shed a tear. Because I do truly mean this. So, anyways, I want to leave you tonight with this one thought. No matter what divides us, we all share this beautiful country and the hopes we hold for ourselves and our families. At the end of the day, we're not Republicans. We're not Democrats. We are Americans. I do truly believe that. Let's focus on what unites us, take care of each other, and keep moving forward. And exactly how I'm feeling right now. And I hope in 4 years from now, I hope we can say we succeeded as a country, and we did that.
Mm-hmm.
What do you got?
I'll just piggyback off you on that one. Everybody love everybody. And thanks for listening, everyone.
Absolutely. Hope to see you in episode
10.
10.
The big 1-0.
The big one. Just so everybody knows, we did make a goal that by the time we got to episode 10, we had all the bugs worked out and we kind of had things figured out, and we might have been an episode early.
Yeah, we need to do something big for this next one since it's the big episode 10.
All right, we'll come up with something. All right, thank you. Have a good evening.
Nia sex time.
Well, they gather around at 4:30 each day with Travis and Sean. It's the easy way. Just sit back, 'cause the fun is sublime. Talking about life, all things in time. They mix in stories, a laugh or two. In the northern light, they shine right through. With a laugh and a tale, they set the tone. Stories in love.